Yo everyone, the March is over and the temperatures are getting higher and higher. Yet it is not quite warm just yet, and for that reason you still might need to use jacket like this. But if you like us and you want to enjoy nice summer holiday at the beginning of the year and not ruin your piggy bank, well then the Canary Islands might be the perfect choice for you. We visited Tenerife and I'm going to talk about all that we've done over there, what we've seen, what we learned, and I'm going to explain you all the basics that you need to know before you decide to go there. So first things first, how do we get there? Well, pretty much every airline, charter airline from the Europe will get you there within the range of 50 to 200 pounds return ticket per person, and that's pretty cool. You just want to check your tickets as soon as possible because, sooner you do it, lower the price. Now there are two airports at the island, one up north, one down the south. You want to fly down the south, believe me, 90% of the things you want to see, you're gonna explore are down the south of the island, so forget about the northern airport. We picked our tickets for £112 with TUI. Now there are two things I want to warn you about the TUI. The first thing is they have only 5 kilogram limit for the onboard luggage. That's just ridiculous. So we had to buy the extra check-in luggage of 20 kilograms. That cost us 50 quid, 25 on the way there, 25 on the way back. So the whole price for the ticket was £137. Hey, it's not the worst, but it's not the best neither. Second thing that you need to know about TUI is that they have 80% online check-in cap. What it means in real life, once 80% of the passengers has checked in, the rest have to check in and get their boarding tickets at the airport. Since we had the luggage, we didn't really mind it, we just get it in one go. But if you are light packing travelers, you might want to know about it before you actually book the tickets. All things considered, when we got our boarding tickets at the airport, we were super lucky and we got the seats right by the exit, the emergency exit, so we had the extra leg room for our legs. Okay, renting a car. This is the most important part. You need a car. Forget about bus, forget about everything. You need a car. If you don't drive, well, get somebody with you who drives. You're gonna need a car. The best car rental that's been recommended to us was the Ryzen. I think it's a German company, I have no idea. But they were super cheap. We paid £98 for a Volkswagen Polo for the whole week, including extra insurance, which was like no-brainer. And we paid additional £20 for the gas, so £118 for everything. There is another company that I would like to talk about, and that's Sicar. We haven't used it, I don't know their prices, but there was one thing that drew my attention when we were traveling over the island, and on some really important parking lots, the company Sicar has dedicated parking slots for their cars only, which, if you're traveling in high season, can come pretty handy. Accommodation, well, this is a little bit tricky. You can get pretty much any type of accommodation. I think the lowest one that we've seen was about like £7, and it was sleeping in the tent on the mountain. And the most expensive one can be easily 300 or 400, maybe even more per night. So pick the one that suits you. We picked the hotel Annapurna, which is down the south. Now the pictures on the Airbnb were pretty cool. It's the whole apartment. We paid £208 per person for the whole week, and the bonus for it was that we got breakfast for free. Yo man, breakfast always rocks. Now I definitely recommend get accommodation with breakfast or half board or something like that, because it's super easy to have no difficult morning, just get plenty of food easily on the hotel, and then you can go and be discovering the whole island and doing whatever you want. It's just like massive benefit. Now the downside to the accommodation, as you can just see on the footage, was that from the picture it wasn't that clear to me, but the design of the hotel is a little bit outdated. Despite that, everything was 100% functional. The Wi-Fi wasn't really for free in the room, only in the reception and like common areas. Luckily, I've got massive data service on my cell phone, so I managed without a problem. But hey, Wi-Fi not free on the room, it kinda sucks. The breakfast for free was cool as well, but hey, here's the thing, as I said it, the hotel was probably built 30-40 years ago, and I think since the day one, never been updated, never been upgraded, so the buffet looked like back from 80s. Hey, it's free food, it was fresh, no complaints, but come on guys, it's almost 2020, you need to upgrade the game, right? All things considered, the accommodation was actually pretty cool. The cleanliness was spot on, that's something that I really like. The location was great, there was plenty of parking slots around the hotel, none of them actually dedicated directly for the hotel, but we never struggled. The downside was there was not really hot water, so if you're showering before 7 o'clock, you're okay. If you're showering after 7 o'clock and you want a hot shower, good luck. The only thing that I wasn't like super happy about was the fact that like 90% of the people accommodated in a hotel were like elderly people. Now nothing like against them, like it's not like I have a problem with elderly people. I'm gonna be elderly one day as well. But come on, when you are young and you're there with your girlfriend, you want young people around you, you know, to meet someone. So that's something that I wish I knew before. That I'm going to the hotel for elderly people, or maybe they were accommodated there from the day one when the hotel was built. That would explain the outdated design. But anyway, as I said, the location was great. There are some great restaurants all around the place. So in total, I can definitely recommend this accommodation. I almost forgot to mention the staff was actually pretty cool. Free food, absolutely clean rooms. And yeah, you get a hotel service 5 times a week. So yeah, go for it. Our first full day in Tenerife was Sunday. And the first thing that I've done after breakfast wasn't actually running to the beach. It was playing with this. Now, I purchased the GoPro camera right at the airport just before we took off from London, and the reason was that there is a Siam Park at Tenerife that I will be talking about throughout this video, and this is a necessity. Whether you like it or not, you're gonna need it for the Siam Park. So if you have it, take it with you. If you don't have it, buy it. If you can't buy it, borrow it or rent it. Just have it with you ready, because it's amazing water slide park. Now the second thing is that actually prove itself very useful is for vlogging. So most of the trip when we were on the road, I was using the GoPro camera rather than my A7 III, and the audio and video that's coming out of it, it's perfect. Unless, as I did a couple times, you put your finger over the mic. Still don't know where the mic is. So that was about it, but now we are heading to the beach. Yo! The first beach that we visited was actually La Playa de la Tejita, and that is located southeast part of the island. Now this beach is much quieter than the other beaches on the southwest part, and it's also windy. Now that is not a disadvantage, because if you are into windy sports, this is gonna be your right spot, and I'm gonna talk about it in a second. The first thing that you're going to notice about this beach is that it is pitch black. Now, combined with the wind and the rough stone, the beach itself appeared to be a little bit like dark atmosphere, but there is something beautiful about it. A bit strange, but really beautiful. As you walk alongside the beach, you will notice that there is a nuda beach at the end, and that is like reasonably equipped. There are some seats and beds. Another interesting thing that you will see on that beach is a small circle-ish walls made out of stone. They were just built by the locals to protect themselves from the wind when they are sunbathing. So another good thing. Once you pass the nuda beach, you will hit the La Montaña Roja, the red mountain. Obviously, once you buy the mountain, you want to get on top. Like, no discussion about it. But here is the trick. It is not the safest place to climb from the side. You should definitely follow the road. Cutting it through the side is actually prohibited. Well, the sign didn't really stop us, but the ground is literally crumbling under your feet combined with the strong wind. And if you are still like me, carrying your gimbal the first day with your camera, you're just putting yourself in harm's way for no like real reason. Anyway, we managed to get on top without anything happening, and we got to see a stunning view all over the southeast coast, and also El Medano, which was city on the other side of the mountain. Let's take a quick look in there. As we arrived to El Medano, we were pretty hungry, so we started looking for a restaurant. And the best way to find a restaurant is just to walk alongside the coast, which by the way has an amazing promenade. Like, you should go and you should see it. And the coast is actually, I don't know, it's so different, so weird. It's not like a sandy beach, they are more like a rocky stones, probably made out of lava, sticking out of the water, just like sharp knives, and the water is just like being splashed and destroyed over them. It's super unusual and definitely worth of seeing, but you can see plenty of this alongside the whole island. But over here it's definitely worth it, because if you are into windy sports like windsurfing and paragliding and I don't know what else, is the perfect spot for you. And as we walk alongside the coast, we saw like dozens of guys doing surfing and windsurfing and all kind of winter/water sports. And because we were really hungry, we picked the restaurant that had simply the highest reviews on Google Reviewer. I think it was 4.2 or 4.5, something like that. Well, unfortunately, it did not live up to its Google name. The food was pretty average, and like strangely enough, there was like at least 3 or 4 massive spider webs all over the chair. Having said that, there is one good thing about Canary Islands, that even the average food is actually still pretty good and worth of the money. So yeah, it wasn't such a bad experience after all, just a little bit weird. After that, we were just heading back to the hotel. It was getting slightly late, and here is the thing that I need to warn you: never ever underestimate the sun in any of the Canary Islands. And simply because just you think it's a little bit windy and it's just 25 degrees and you feel this little breeze and chilly, trust me, you get burned, because we did as well. As we were climbing the mountain, I was just in my t-shirt and I burned literally the whole back part of my neck and pretty much the top of my chest. So yeah, it's not worth it. Okay, Monday's here, and with it actually Friday as well. Now that sounds pretty crazy, but here's the point. On Monday we went to Siam Park, and we went there as well on Friday. And actually on Friday it was for free. Now what happened, I will just explain it quickly. There is a combo ticket. It's called twin ticket. You're gonna buy ticket for the Loro Park and Siam Park. All together you're gonna save about 15 euros per person, which is great. Now you will get electronic version of the ticket, and when you approach the Siam Park or Loro Park first, doesn't really matter, you will get paper ticket for the next one, which is valid for 15 days. Now what has happened, there was a mistake in the system. When we used our electronic ticket for the Siam Park, we got paper tickets as well, but I didn't realize those are for the Loro Park. So when we went to the Loro Park and I used my electronic ticket again instead of the paper one, they printed out a new one for the Siam Park again with another 15 days validation. So we were a little bit cheeky and we tried to use that on Friday, and yes, they let us go in without any problems. So it worked out perfectly. We managed to get in 3. I apologize to the government or to the director of the park. It was just a mistake in the system and we used it up to our advantage. Thank you very much for that. And because I don't want this video to be stretched to super long, I'm just gonna merge the footage from both days all together. And I'm gonna explain a few things that you should know about the park, and then we're just gonna move another thing. And I will make another dedicated video in the future just for the Siam Park, so you can see way more of the attractions and get a better idea what was actually going on there. So let's go for it. Guys, I have to tell you, watching those slides from the footage, it just makes me wanna get back in there and slide them again. Unfortunately, I can't, it's a distant past now, but at least I can give you the 4 most important tips that you need to know. The first one, get there early in the morning, the park is barely open for 8 hours, so you wanna get the best bang for your money. So start 10 o'clock in the morning right away. The second thing is, once you're gonna get in there, buy those bloody shoes for $9.99. Those shoes that you can walk everywhere and you can use them on any slide, because walking all day barefoot on those stony stairs and everything, it is just super painful. I didn't buy them the first day, I regret it, so next time when we got there, I got them right away. Just $9.99. It's worth it. The first thing that you need to know, don't start on the attraction number 1 once you get in there. Go to the very end and start from the end, because only few people does that, and you will actually get the best attractions most of the time without the queues. After 2 hours the queues will be everywhere, so use those first 2 hours and enjoy the best wild attractions while you can. And the last thing that you need to know, don't get the lockers at the beginning of the park. Go to the mid parts where is the massive beach with the waves. There are lockers as well. Picking the locker, the small locker is enough for 2 people with small bags. If you've got big bags, get the medium locker. Again, for 2 people is more than enough, and it will be way more convenient than just be walking all over the park from the place where you're actually resting to the place where is your locker. Guys, that's it pretty much for the Monday, and moving another day.